Hi, my name is Mike Tesene, and my partner is Laura Allen. In this PowerPoint, I will be presenting the three projects we have overseen and the type of project delivery methods that we have recommended for each of these projects. I will also be telling you why we chose these. In the first project, um, we came across a wastewater treatment plant that needed to be renovated and expanded. The special considerations that we had to keep in mind so that we approach this appropriately were one, the time frame. The time frame, it needed to be done in between 5 and 10 years. And then another thing we had to keep in mind was that the plant currently had engineers that were qualified to run the systems and such, but they had no experience in running the plant as a manager. So this is where the need of a manager really needs to come into play because it's really needed. One, it's because it's a really expensive project of $40 million. And then two, it's a really extensive, long project, 5 to 10 years. We need someone who's going to be dedicated, someone who can train well in case he or she would have to leave the company or but the next slide is going to be telling you why we chose construction manager. So the reason we chose at-risk construction manager was based on qualifications and that there was no low bid. What we had in mind is that the current engineers could provide some of the work, but the construction manager would be able to provide the management, being able to oversee the project as a whole. And we believe that this could save the company a significant amount of money because we all know that time is money. And if they have a completion time between 5 and 10 years, if they're not going to have someone overseeing them, it's probably going to take longer, which is going to be more money. But if there's a manager in position, it's going to be less money because it's less time. Another thing for the construction manager that he's going to have to know is that if he goes over the delivery time of this project, he's going to have to be held liable to complete this project with his own money. That's the reality of it. You set a bid. If you go over, it's something that you're going to have to pay for. You promise this person that you're going to get it done with that set amount of time and money. The CM, the construction manager, is also going to be holding consults during each design phase. This improves design through insights about constructability, estimates, and schedules. The second project that we oversaw was the Metro City Hospital surgical wing. The special considerations that we had to give for this project to be appropriately blah, blah, blah. The second project that we ever saw was the Metro City Hospital surgical wing. To approach this appropriately, we had to keep in mind that the construction needs to be in stages. There can't be any congestion. So each contractor needs to come in at separate times and he needs to be very organized. And the reason why this is because one, they want to keep dust kept at a minimum because when you stir up the dust in the bottom of a hospital, you know there's sick people there. There's going to be pathogens. They don't want people to get sick. They don't want there to be too much dust in the air. And then the other thing that you have to keep in mind, the reason why they want it in stages to make it so there's no congestion of people in there is because it's going to be a tight site. There's going to be very little space for work and very little space for storing things. As you know, construction sites get dirty and they get messy and you have to store things on the site. You can't keep it somewhere else because you need it right there with you. And that's the other thing. They really want this site to be clean. They really want it to be very organized. And you can't do that with a big crowd in there working all the time. They also have a strict budget, and they also have a limited support staff. And they also want to make sure that the design and the work that they do in this project won't affect their work environment. That means no large vibrations, there's no large sounds, and that's very difficult to do when you're doing construction. Um, so the next slide is going to be kind of explaining why we chose what we did. So the reason we chose agency construction manager was because this construction manager is going to be responsible exclusively to the owner. And the reason why we chose this is because also he's going to act in the owner's best interest. He's just going to make sure that everything gets done that the owner wants. Also, there's not going to be any kind of conflict of interest since the construction manager doesn't perform any of the work and holds no financial risk. So all he has to do is do what the owner wants and he gets paid. The construction manager and architectural firm work together to advise, coordinate, and inspect during project design and construction. Also, the construction costs are minimized thanks to the construction manager's input on the effectiveness of the means and methods and techniques to be employed during construction. The fast tracking and reduced schedule are possible because construction activities can begin before all aspects of a design are completed. And this is why we chose agency construction manager. The third project that we oversaw was production plant renovation. The special considerations that we had to keep in mind so we approached it appropriately was to consider that it was a very short time frame of the project. It had to get done in 10 months. The demolition of the office space had to happen first. So basically what happens in this project is that they have all this machinery. It's in one building, or they need to put it in a new building. But the building's too small, the new equipment won't fit in. But then the building adjacent to that building has enough room. But you really have to clean it out. You have to gut it out completely. You have to prep it for installation. Then you got to install all of your items in there. There's also very strict performance requirements. It has to be in that environment to be at the right temperature, to the right relative humidity, the right airflow. It has to be clean, so no dust, so they don't cause fires. And there can't be much like static in the room, also for fires and also for electrical reasons. And the reason why we chose design and build was because it removes some of the time-consuming components of bidding and procurement. Another thing is that it provides the ability to deliver a project on a tight schedule. It's going to have to be on time. So having all these people in there at the same time is going to help a lot. The owner can generally establish a firm gross max price early on, which allows for more cost control, just so they have everything that they need. And I mean, it's going to be more expensive for him, but he's going to make sure that he gets everything done that he needs done. And this delivery method is easily customized to actual site conditions. And also, a single point of contact for communication is nice between the owner and the contractor. He's going to get done everything that he can for this guy, and it's going to be done well. Now, Laura and I just want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to consult with you on these matters, and we look forward to working with you again in the future. If you have any questions, feel free to post in the comment below, and we will be more than glad to help you with these questions about our project. Thank you and have a nice day.